So let's get started, friends. Go ahead and come to your mat. And for this morning, I'd like to invite you to start on your back. Please gather any props that you like to use, blocks, bolsters, straps, any of those things that you enjoy for your practice. Just have them nearby so you don't have to get up and run and find anything. Take a moment to rest here in any way you like. You can just lie down in Shavasana. It might feel good to put your feet on the floor, your knees to your chest. Just come into a place that feels gentle. This is gentle yoga. And I just ask you to really listen to your body this morning and find a gentleness for yourself. The theme for today is keep it simple. So we're not going to do anything fancy in this practice. We're just going to do simple movements that point us to our simple, everyday act of breath, simple mindfulness. I think it's what you came for. So start here and simply notice your body lying on the floor. Anything that you observe. Maybe it's easy to lay on your back and just rest. Maybe it's a struggle. Maybe your mind is elsewhere. Just notice what shows up here as you simply lie here. Maybe notice what you're bringing with you from the weekend. What traveled here in your body, in your mind, or in your emotions. Feel breath moving into your belly. Feel breath moving into your back. Feel yourself arriving for this practice. I want you to just slowly bring your feet to the mat and bring your heels as close to your fingers as you can. They don't have to touch, but you want your shin bones to be straight up and down. Flat feet, and we're just going to start to roll through bridge. So on the inhale, we'll be lifting our hips up, and on the exhale, we'll roll down. Take a few rounds through this flowing bridge. Just the very first peek at opening the front side of the body. And you're matching your movement with your breath. Breathing in as you lift and breathing out as you lower. And now come up and hold bridge pose here with your feet about hips distance apart. And I just want you to do a little assessment. Bring your hands to the front of your hips and just feel with your hands the tightness that most of us have in our quads and our hip flexors. Bring your hands to your belly, see if there's any tightness there. We want the belly to be a little softer. And then feel your glutes. You want the glutes to be engaged but not clenched tight. So now go ahead and release your bridge and take your feet wider. See if your pinky toes can feel the edge of your mat. Just a little wider stance. Let your knees follow your feet. And we're going to lift up into bridge again. And I'd like you to notice, use your hands again to feel. Notice if you got a little more height a little more space in the upper body when you took your feet a little wider. Again, check in with glutes engaged, not clenched. And then lower. We're going to do one more thing. I want you to turn your toes out just a little bit. I know you've probably been told millions of times, don't do bridge this way. I can explain why I'm asking you to do this, and just trust me that it's safe. We're going to come up again. Press down through your feet. Turn your toes out and just notice. Is there any clenching? And do you get a little more space here in your bridge? Take one more deep breath into your chest and your shoulders. And release your hips to the earth. Let's draw knees in. And we're going to hold one knee with each hand. Take the knees out, away from each other, and back in. Just start to move like that through the hip joint. We're going to do lots of good hip opening stuff today. Pull one knee in and let the other knee go away, and just start to work your legs in this asymmetrical way. One in and one out. And let's squeeze both knees down toward the belly. Hold on to the backs of your legs and extend your legs up. Exhale to bend. Just move into the back of your legs, a really passive way to start to wake up our hamstrings. And then lower your knees to the earth. Bring your feet to the earth, chin to chest. Take a hold of your legs and bring yourself up to a seat. Come into Sukhasana, easy seated pose. Move around until you feel even and planted. Take your left ear to your left shoulder and bring your right fingertips down. If you'd like, you can add a little weight here, hand on the side of the head. Breathe now into this side neck stretch. Maybe find a pleasant smile on the inside of your lips. Just notice what happens here inside of a very simple stretch. This isn't even a yoga pose, really. Just a simple stretch for a part of the body that holds tension. Release your hand, come back to neutral, and we'll switch right ear to right shoulder. Opposite hand if you like for a little weight. Take nice, deep, slow breaths. And then return to center, hands on the floor. We're going to look over our right shoulder and then look over our left. So just see how it feels to make this easy little swivel of the head on top of the spine. Notice if there's any tension there, or sometimes people report that there are sounds inside of our neck. Little crinkly sounds, just see. And then back to neutral, lift your chin just enough to feel a stretch in the front of your neck and lower your chin. Stretch in the back of your neck. We all have a different range of motion here. Just find the place where there's no pain, just ease of movement. And then coming back to center, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Arms reach out to the sides of the room. We're going to come into eagle arms, so left arm underneath the right. You can come into just a hug for yourself, a V shape, or work your hands towards each other. It's not crucial that you find this whole bind, but see what your shoulders will allow. And then if your hands are in front of your face, I'd like you to look right through them. Just look at the wall in front of you. Let your hands be transparent. And then we're just going to inhale, lift the elbows, and exhale, squeeze the armpits. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, squeeze the armpits. This is an awesome stretch for the back of the shoulders. But even more importantly, you are stimulating your endocrine system, your lymph nodes that are here in your armpits, right? So you're helping your body rid itself of toxins. You're helping your immune system. Come down as far as you can and then reach your fingers forward. You probably won't go very far. And then we're just going to rotate to the left and to the right. Should be a lot happening in your shoulders here in your upper body. And come back to center, slow motion, release your arms out and lightly touch the floor. Pause with your eyes closed to feel energy, matter, the atoms and molecules in your body vibrating, and you can probably feel that in these places between. Arms up halfway, we'll cross the right arm under this time. Again, you can hug, you can V-shape, or work your hands closer together. If your hands are in front of your face, look right through them. And then start to move with your breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale, really squeeze your lymph nodes, your armpits. Inhale, lift. And squeeze. Help your body do what it wants to do. Give it a little extra firepower. And then we'll come down with the elbows, fingers point forward. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades and begin a gentle twist side to side. A little stimulation for your digestive system and your abdominal muscles while you're stretching your chest and upper back. And then in the center, open, take a deep breath in. And just let those fingertips fall. Once again, just feeling prana, energy moving through your body. Take one more deep breath here with a long exhale. And find your way around to your knees. Coming into a tabletop position, let's do cat and cow. So inhale to lift your tailbone, follow up through the spine. Exhale, tuck the tailbone and follow the head. So the tailbone leads the way both directions. So as you're moving your body in these simple ways, there's not a lot to focus on technique-wise, so you are free to focus on these poses sensation-wise. Be the observer and the witness as you just move through this vehicle called your body. Let's tuck the toes under and lift into downward facing dog. Take a moment here to pedal your heels and find sensation here. So your big self, your true self, is just witnessing this body having this experience. This body breathing and stretching. Simple, uncomplicated. Slowly bring your feet toward your hands, and with knees bent, start to move your fingers to the outside edges of your feet, back and forth, like your hands making a little U shape. Feel those outer hips. Feel belly resting on thighs. Simple. And then with a bigger bend in your knees, press hands to your thighs and come all the way up to standing. Roll your shoulders back again. Feet a little bit wider than hips distance apart. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center, sink down into a little chair. Move with your breath. I invite you to take deeper breaths here. Start to find Ujjayi breath, that whisper sound that builds heat. Each time you inhale, you are greeting this new day. As Nina Simone says, I'm feeling good. One more time, reach high, deep breath in, greet this day. Exhale down. And then come to stand with your feet a little closer together. Let's go through a modified sun salutation. Reach up, bow low. On the inhale, step your left foot back and drop the knee to the earth. Pause right here for just a moment. There's that hip flexor again. Shift a little bit to your left. Bring the right knee back to meet the left. Press back into child's pose. Come forward, bend your elbows, mount your body to the ground, and then lift up into cobra. We're going to pause right here. Belly breathes into the earth. Shoulders squeeze together. A simple pose with profound benefits. Press weight into your hands, come up to your knees and back again into child's pose. Feel the opposite now of where you just were, back stretching. As we come back to tabletop, let's work our left foot forward, coming into that kneeling lunge. It's breathing here. Another very simple stretch with massive benefits. Let's tuck our back toes, lifting the knee, and slowly bring the right foot forward and come into forward fold. With knees bent, sweep the arms high, extended mountain, and come back to your heart. You are beautiful. Let's do that one more time. Reach up, bow low. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the right foot back, drop the knee. And then left leg back to child's pose. Shifting forward, plank pose. Lowering down to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, right foot comes forward. Tucking the back toes. Exhale, forward fold. And then join me again in greeting your day. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, hands to heart. Awesome. Interlace your fingers, except for the pointer fingers, like Charlie's Angels. And we're gonna lift the hands high. I want you to lift as high as you can, like you're trying to poke a single hole in the ceiling. And from there, lean left and right. Let this be more about lifting than bending. Really pull your side body up and over. Nice. Simple movement, big benefit. On the inhale, lift even taller and then create a little back bend. And the back bend comes from moving the arms back more than dumping into the low back. So think about tucking your tailbone, lifting your chest, and just reaching the arms back. This is a really big pose. It doesn't seem like a big pose. Release the hands, cactus the arms, and let the chest open a little bit more. And the arms reach straight out to the side. The pose keeps changing just with the change of our arms. And then slowly reach the arms behind. Interlace your fingers, open your chest. Take a deep breath, shooting energy into the front of your body. Step a little wider and fold from the hips. Let yourself sigh out here. With soft knees, come back to stand. Bring your hands to your hips, your glutes, and let's come into back bend again. Shoulder blades wrapped together. This should feel a little bit different. Heart open, simple pose with big benefit. Good, and then coming back to neutral, trace your fingers down the back of your legs, come into a forward fold. Nod your head yes, and shake your head no. We're gonna keep the right foot where it is. We'll step the left foot back, coming again into a kneeling lunge. Now that we're a little bit warmer, let's start into these hip openers. So the hands come to the inside of the right foot, and let's start with juicing our hip. So remember, juicing the hip looks like this. You're just dropping that knee in and out. And you're just noticing what's here. You are the witness. In the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, the whole purpose of all of those 8 limbs described is to realize that this body right here that's feeling this hip opener is not really you. The witness observing the body doing the hip opening, that's you. And these practices are all to point us in that direction. Let the knee drop open and choose here either to stay on your hands or maybe drop 1 or 2 elbows to the ground. We're gonna breathe really, really deeply here around that outer right hip. Bring your hands back if they're not already. Draw that knee in, split the hands, and then shift your weight forward so that you could pick up that back foot. You'll start to find that more in the hip flexor. An option to just kind of lift and lower the foot. Might feel good to just lift and lower. If you'd like a bigger sensation, reach back with your opposite hand toward that heel. It may touch, it may not. Definitely wake you up. And then let's release and come back to center. Tucking the back toes, lifting the knee off the ground. Let's press ourselves up to a high lunge. So staying on those back toes. Inhale the arms up and back. There's that little back bend again. And then exhale, fold over your front leg, let the arms fly behind. And move with your breath. And then let's find a twist, and you get to choose your twist today. So one option is a hand to the knee and a hand to the hips, just standing twist here. Might be nice to bring hands together, or one hand to the floor. So find a twist for your spine, your torso, your body. You will know you chose the right one when you find yourself saying, "Ugh, my body loves this." If you're not there yet, keep exploring. Witness the body that loves the twist. Releasing the hands to the ground. Stepping the back foot forward. Pause here in forward fold to notice the difference between your right leg and your left leg. Even look at your feet. Your right foot might look a little more, just a little different than your left foot after a one-sided pose. So let's switch. Left foot forward, right foot back, and drop your knee. Bring your hands to the inside of that left foot and start to juice the hip. You might want to just close your eyes and take a look inside your body. What's happening here? What are you noticing? What are you aware of today that you haven't noticed before? Leave the knee out to the side and either stay up high or drop a little lower. Find a place in your body to observe that you haven't been witness to for a while. It might not be obvious. Work of the yogi is to pay attention. So we do all these things to give the mind something to pay attention to. Deeper breaths. And then we'll bring ourselves back upright. Split the hands and shift your body forward. So you're kind of on the top of your kneecap, and lift that knee. You can stay there or lift and lower. Just looking for something in the quadricep, front of the thigh. If you like, reach back. Once again, you'll know you found the right option if you notice your body enjoying what you've chosen. Beautiful. Let's release, tuck the toe, come back to center. And we'll lift up into an upright or a high lunge. Find your balance. You might want wider feet side to side, really get stable here. And then the arms reach back. Let's begin that flow. Exhale over the leg and inhale, lift. You are moving energy, you're moving prana through your body. There's no way to do this wrong unless it hurts. Make it interesting. I'm on a really slippery mat. One more time, deep breath in and up, and then let's find that twist. The twist that feels the best to your body. Be more upright, more forward, or you're welcome to take your hand down to the floor. Just breathe. Simple pose. A lot of benefits. If you fall, it's okay. You're learning something new. Yes, Gail, I'm talking to you. Bring your hands to the floor. Everybody step back, downward facing dog. Option if you like to take a vinyasa. And then let's take one leg up in the air. Let's take the right leg up. We'll bend the knee and open through the hip. Circle your ankle. Both directions. And then extend that leg high. Exhale, draw the foot through, come to the top of your mat. Down in low lunge, we're gonna work on balance a little bit here. So fingertips forward, back leg lifts. Come into your 3-point balance. You might see about one hand to the shin, maybe both. And if that's going your way, hands could come to heart center, or if you have room, reach out in front of you for warrior 3. By request, warrior 3 is going to be the pose we work on in the month of February. So this is a pre-test. How does your body do with warrior 3? Slowly come up right into tree pose. So we're just gonna take that left knee out and rotate into tree. Draw your standing hip in so your standing leg makes a straight line with your torso. We're all a little wobbly today, aren't we? Must be, no, it's not a full moon, it's a new moon. We don't have that excuse. Must be life. Bring that knee in front of you, reach down, grab a hold, give it a nice squeeze into your body. Breathe. And release that foot to the floor. Pause again, notice. Ooh, left side and right side might be a little different. Reach up, bow down. We'll keep our left foot where it is. Fingertips come forward, raise your right leg. So you can keep your hands on the floor. You can bring one to the shin or both. In or extend your arms. Warrior 3. During the month of February, we will look at all the components of this pose, like balance, hamstring flexibility, glute strength, back strength, and upper back strength, drishti, and breath. There's a lot that goes on in this pose. Go ahead and come up into tree. Knee opens out. Simple pose. Many benefits. Notice your breath. Beautiful. Go ahead and release. Let your arms come down to your sides. Pause in Tadasana. Perhaps the most simple pose on the outside. But let's make it more interesting. Close your eyes. Imagine your feet having 4 wheels And can you plug all 4 wheels into the floor? The ball of the big toe, and the ball of the pinky toe, the inner heel and the outer heel. Toes are loose but spread out. Arches are lifted. See if you can feel spinning your inner ankles backwards and pressing your outer ankles down. Now from those strong feet, lift your pelvic floor, engage your quads, draw your belly in, shoulders back and down, palms forward, head lifted. Simple pose, so much going on. Reach high. Bow low. Inhale to a half lift. Step back, downward facing dog. Raise your left leg up in the air, bend the knee, open the hip, and circle the ankle. Let's draw this left foot forward to the top of the mat, and we'll drop the back knee. Take the hands again to the inside of this foot. Drop the knee open one more time, and this time we're going to bring the left hand to the left knee and give a little bit of pressure here. So you're on the outside edge of the left foot. You can move your right hand back a bit if you need to. You can be on a block. Just open up here through the outer hip, the inner thigh. And breathe. Preparing us for a final pose today. So you're going to appreciate that we spent some time with this. Bring the knee back to center. Shift your weight back. Find your hamstring. And slowly switch legs, left knee back, right foot forward. Come into that open lizard shape. The knee drops. Right hand to the right knee and just press that knee, kind of lean away so that your arm straightens. And then breathe here. Just in any way you need to feel this opening, spacious pose. And then ease your way back to center, shift back into a hamstring stretch. You can walk your hands forward, pull your hips back, breathe into that leg. And then coming forward, bring both of your knees underneath you, shift off to one side, and come to a seat. Soles of the feet together, butterfly. We're going to hook our fingers under the bones of our ankles. So that will determine where your feet end up. And then inhale, lift tall. Just sit as tall as you can. An interesting thing to notice is the height of your knees off the floor in this pose. And that has very little to do with your flexibility and very much to do with the way your bones sit together in your pelvis. So if your knees are way up like this, don't beat yourself up. Just know that that's why you have a hard time with things like the splits. Bounce your knees a few times. And then we're going to come into fire log pose. Everyone's favorite pose for sure, right? So let's start with the right leg on top, left leg on the bottom. And you want to stack knees and ankles. So ankle over knee, knee over ankle. If you have a block or something you'd like to just put here to support this base, a blanket, a rolled up towel or something, you can do that. It's not necessary, but it might feel good. And then we're going to put both of our hands on top of our right knee. The feet are flexed to protect the knee. We're going to sit tall. Breathe in, and on the exhale, just put a little bit of weight. Not a lot. Breathe in, sit tall. Breathe out, and just let gravity and the weight of your hands encourage a little release. A simple pose. A lot of benefit. Let yourself simply sit in this shape, not performing, not accomplishing, not doing. Just sitting and finding ease in a place that's uncomfortable. On your next inhale, sit tall, and we're going to twist. So the back of the left hand to the outside of the knee, right arm reaches behind, and then again, sit tall. Exhale, twist, ring out. Finding ease in a place of discomfort. You are the witness to this body that in this moment is uncomfortable. The witness knows that the body is okay, it's just uncomfortable. So we learn to witness ourselves as we go through hardship and pain. We witness ourselves as we experience joy and celebration. Ease your way back. And then take this leg that's on top, hold on to the foot and the knee, stretch your bottom leg out, and just move around a little bit here. This is called cradle the baby. So you can kind of lean over and massage that hip on the ground. Just give your glutes a nice little love letter. And then set this foot down inside the opposite thigh or knee or even calf. Reach up and we'll fold over the left leg. Just breathe deeply. Witness what this body is feeling now. Notice any clenching, resisting. See where you can find a little more softness. And gently come up. And now we'll place the left leg on top of the right. Your shin bones are like two fire logs just stacked right on top of each other. Knee over ankle, ankle over knee. Put some stuffing in there if you need to. And then just sit really tall, hands on the top knee. Take a deep breath in, get even taller. Exhale and gently press. Close your eyes and pay attention. Are Yoga asks us to pay attention to what's happening now. We have this awesome vehicle called a body that gives us a lot to pay attention to. Slowly moving into twist, the left arm comes back of the right wrist or hand on the knee, and then just create a little bit of leverage. Inhale tall, exhale ring out. Finding ease in discomfort. Ease your way back. Hold on to the foot, cradle the baby. You can extend that bottom leg out, and then you can either hold elbow or hand and just roll out your hip. Give yourself a massage. Beautiful, and we'll set that foot down inside the thigh or knee or calf, reach tall, and fold forward. Big inhales, long exhales. Look for places of clenching, tightening, or resisting. See if you can pull a little softness to those places. Release. Both legs extended out in front of you. Take your time getting down onto your back. And let's move the knees again, out and in circles the way we started, and just see if things feel a little different now. Placing the feet on the mat, you choose this time, narrow, wide, or even a little turned out as you come up into your bridge. Find a satisfying bridge for you, arms underneath, maybe interlace. Take deep, slow breaths. This pose will serve as our inversion for the day. Hips higher than the heart. If you have another inversion you would like to practice, go ahead and switch. We'll be here for a few more breaths. When you feel ready, come out of your inversion and begin to just settle yourself on the earth. Come into Shavasana. Use any of your props. Cover up, cover your eyes, whatever you need to come into stillness. Simple. When you get there, you're the witness again of this body resting here now. Observe gravity. Observe the parts of the body that are touching the ground. Be the witness to the sensations, the feelings, even the thoughts. As you continue resting, I'd like to read to you the words of Hafiz in the poem called Created for Joy. I sometimes forget that I was created for joy. My mind is too busy. My heart is too heavy for me to remember that I have been called to dance the sacred dance of life. I was created to smile, to love, to be lifted up, and to lift others up. O sacred one, untangle my feet from all that ensnares. Free my soul that we might dance, and that our dancing might be contagious. Free my soul that we might dance, and that our dancing might be contagious. Take a deep breath, friends, and on your exhale, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Give yourself a nice long stretch with a yawn and a sigh, maybe a little moan and groan. And then begin to find your way back to a seat. We'll bring our hands together in front of our heart in another simple yet profound gesture, a gesture of gratitude. Gratitude for the simple things of life that have so many benefits. Thank you for taking time for yourself today. May we share what we've gained here with a world badly in need of this. Namaste.